Hello, my name is Carlos Irvine, and today I'm going to talk to you about the basic settings and functions of the Robinhood app. Um, First, a quick disclaimer, I'm not a stockbroker, I'm not giving any investment advice, and if you do any trades, it's your own responsibility. So I have open right now the app, and it's mirror. As you can see, it's mirror in the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the very top. So when you open your app, basically you have something that says investing. So that amount that is there is the combination of any cash that you have available, which is basically the buying power, which is here in the, let me show you here in the middle. So you have buying power, and here you have investing. Okay, so buying power is basically the cash available that you have, and the difference between investing and the cash available is the stocks or cryptocurrencies that you already own. So then the next, so today is Sunday, so the market is not open. So when it says today, it's really referring Friday's close at 4:30 in the afternoon, and the after hours is from 4:30 until 8, I believe. So those are the after hours. Uh, so basically, what it shows is that the stock that I own, or actually more than the stock that I own, is my invested amount went down on Friday by 4.6%, and it went up in the after hours by 4.91% or $358. Okay, then you have this graph here in the middle, and basically what this graph shows is the total investment for the past day, for the past week. You see how it changed color? So past day is because it's negative, past week is because it was positive, and you can see on the top the number. See, $694 for the past week. You can even look for the past month and so forth. Okay. Okay, I already explained what buying power is. By the way, whenever you have this symbol, like a arrow right there, means that you can open it. So you can click there, and it will tell you, what it consists of. You may have a deposit in progress, and it may already give you that buying power even before the money has been transferred. Then you have some news. Basically here we have 4 announcements. Tesla owners have to replace touchscreens halfway through the cycle. So that may be something that affects, if you own Tesla or you're planning to buy Tesla stock. New Amazon CEO, okay. Social media apps. So anyway, in any of these you can click and it opens the it opens the news depending on the source. And what else do we have here? Drop shippers. And then when you finish it, basically, it says all caught up. You can start over and watch again if you want. Okay, so now you have the stocks options. Sorry, the stock section. So I own GameStop. I did not become a millionaire, so just in case you ask. As a matter of fact, I just bought on Friday when it was going up to see if I could catch the wave, and it turned out that it started going down right away. But anyway, let me show you the information. So when I click on GameStop, what happened? Well, at the end of the day, it closed at 66.50. So today means Friday because it doesn't trade during weekends. So basically what it does is it shows what the growth was on Friday and then the growth after hours. Okay. Then you have graphs, which by the way, that's a candlestick graph. Basically green means that it closed higher than it opened, and then red is when it closes lower than when it opened, or and again, these are in different intervals, so you can put it in 5-minute intervals and all that. When you basically whenever you basically put it into a line graph, right? This is the way it looks. You can see it's green because it finished in the positive. Okay, let's keep on going. So my position shows how many shares, the value of the shares, the cost that I paid for the shares, and the return that I had during the day. Okay, so it was negative, but then again, because I haven't sold them, I haven't really lost any money. Of course, if I sell them, let's say right now the market was open and I decided to click trade and I sell them right away, then obviously then I lose $255. So then you have another option here is called recurring investment. So basically what you can do is you can set up to buy specific stocks every day or week and so on. So why is this useful? Let's say, for example, the bi-weekly. Let's say you get paid every other week, and then you decide, well, I have, I don't know, $100 that I want to invest every other week when I get my paycheck. So you can set it up, and it basically will do that. You can put it for a specific stock, or more than one, or an index fund. Okay. Now some of the stats. So you have the open. Okay. So that's at what price did the stock open? By the way, when you hear the word stock, share, it's basically the same thing. 54.05 is the open. High is what was the highest price during the day. The lowest. Okay. Then you have 52-week high, 52-week low. The volume, so volume 81 million, that's very high volume, and you can see the average volume. Well, we all know that GameStop, the volume has been huge. Market cap is the market value of the stock. So basically it's the number of shares outstanding multiplied by the price of the stock, meaning the 50. Let's see, what is it? The 66.50. So if you have, again, 1,000 shares or 1,000,000 shares and 66 per share, then it would be $66 million. Okay. By the way, if you click any of these that are underlined, it explains it to you. Okay. Market cap is the stock market publicly traded company. Find a company market cap, multiply the number of shares issued by the price per share. So this is, you have small cap are 300 million, mid cap 2 billion to 10 billion, large cap 10 billion. Why does it matter? So this is interesting. The why does it matter? In this particular case, maybe it's not as important, but in some others, if you want to know why does it matter, so we'll look at the PE ratio, okay, which was the next one. The PE ratio. The reason why it's blank is because it's negative. PE just is the price of the stock divided by the earnings per share. And earnings per share is basically, the net profit after taxes divided by the number of shares. So if we click on that, okay, so PE is interesting to know if a company is expensive. So why does this matter? Investors can compare two companies' PE ratios and gauge which one is cheaper. So two companies meaning comparable companies. So think of like when you're buying a house, if you want to know if the price of the house is good or not, then you would look and compare versus other houses that are similar that have been sold or bought in the past. Another analogy that I actually like very much is, hold on a second, I'm gonna pause. It was a little noisy, so I had to close. Is imagine a simpler example. Imagine PE ratio being like the equivalent of price per pound. So let's say you go to Whole Foods and you see a cut of beef. Let's say it's, I don't know, sirloin. And then you look at that price, let's say it's, I don't know, $10 a pound. Then you go across the street to Publix, and the same cut is, I don't know, $8 per pound. Then basically what that tells you is that, Whole Foods is overpriced. So that's one way to look at it. Usually, high P ratios mean that it's not always necessarily that it's overpriced. Like it says here, it may have greater expected growth. So usually what you'll see is like the fast growth technology companies usually have very high P ratios. The P ratio of the S&P 500, I believe right now is around 25, between 25 and 30. So that gives you an idea of, kind of what would be the average. But the important thing is to compare with companies that are very similar or in the same industry. Okay, dividend yield. So that's basically the dividends that get paid divided by the price of the stock. Okay, so in this case it's 9.9. Okay, so let's look at why does this matter? High dividend yield typically means that the company pays out a lot of dividends. For example, you can see a stock with a 6.5% dividend means for every $100 invested in Wolf, I don't know what Wolf means, per year you get paid $6.56 in dividends. Okay, so if you want to have some sort of recurring revenue, then you usually look for companies that have higher dividends. Not all companies pay dividend. And by the way, dividend depends also on how much money the company makes during the year. So if you have a company that is losing money, they may decide not to pay dividend during that period. Then you have news about this company. Obviously, there is tons of news about GameStop. I mean, even the Treasury Secretary talked about GameStop. So you have all that. Then you have something very interesting here, which is the analyst ratings. So, you have in Wall Street analysts that basically specialize in covering the company and giving their opinion and what is called a target price, the recommendation in terms of buy, hold, or sell, depending on the target price and their analysis. So here, if you pay more, you can get a research report analysis. I get my analysis report from Yahoo Finance. They have a monthly fee, and I like that one a lot. And I also have an account with Charles Schwab, and they also provide research reports. That's why for Robinhood I have it unlocked, the research reports. But you may want to, if you want to have an idea of why analysts are recommending, and most importantly, to look at the target price, right? Here are the earnings. So basically what you have is expected earnings per share and the actual earnings per share. And you can look at, most of the time they usually have higher actual than the expected, which is what you always want to see. Okay, this is on a fiscal year basis. That's why Q4 is not, or maybe they haven't had their, fiscal could be on a calendar basis, or maybe they haven't had the, every quarter there is a conference call where they basically talk about the results that they have to report to the SEC. Okay, related list, 100 most popular. So GameStop obviously is the 100 most popular. Is part of the hardware sector. Texas. So why would it be part of the hardware sector? Well, because they sell mainly hardware. Even though, games maybe looked at software, well, they sell also PlayStations and Xbox and so on. So what else do people own who have GameStop? Well, you can see here some of the other stock, and then the history of how much I've invested in this stock. Then you have information about the company. If I click show more, of course, it will talk about more information. Okay, so let's get out of this. Oh, well, actually, now I'm going to show you, I'm going to do an actual trade, not for GameStop. I'm going to do one for Bitcoin, but I'll do it towards the end of the video. Today's volume, 81 million. If I click trade, then you have several options. You can trade options if you already qualify for trading options. Stock option is something that I'm going to explain in a separate video because it's a complicated subject. You can sell stock or you can buy stock. So let's say I wanted to buy stock, right? So first of all, it tells you right here on the bottom that I have $5,223 available. So if I want to do it in dollars, let's say I put $500, then you can review your order, and if you agree, when you swipe up, it's done. So don't make sure that you don't swipe up unless, okay. Oh, good. So I learned something. Edit is if you want to get out. Okay, so if I click here the X, it cancels it out. Okay, so you have dollars. Then you have all these different options. I'm not gonna go into the conditional orders because I have a separate video for that. If I went into the conditional orders and explain each one, it would take me at least half an hour. So I'm not gonna do that because the main purpose of this video is to walk you through all the features and functions. But you have all of these different things. You can also buy in shares, okay? So anyway, so I'm gonna cancel this out for now. Okay, and I'm gonna get out of GameStop. So this is going back to the original screen. Now you have something called My List. You can add specific stocks that you want to track to your list. You see, so here they're shown in alphabetical order. Now, how do I add a stock? Okay, you're gonna go to the magnifying glass right here, right? And I'm gonna put, I'm gonna put Airbnb. Okay, here it is. You see that is the second one. I click the plus sign, and then I can either create a new list or add it to my list or add it to crypto. Well, obviously it's not a crypto, so I'm just gonna add it to my list. And now it's in my list. Now I go back to the original screen, which is the first one. Okay, and when I go to my list, you see Airbnb is right there. All right, so and you can very quickly see any of these. The ones in red are the ones that closed down. In green is when they're up. Okay, to close this list, you click here. Now you have cryptos to watch. So I have 3 cryptos to watch. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge. And I can create a new list. So before I do the trade, I'm gonna now walk to the other menus so you see what else you have here. And then I'll do the, the order of Bitcoin. Okay, so the second one basically is your, cash. That's how much cash. You can get a debit card, and I recommend that you get it, so it works almost like an account. Oh my god, I didn't want to show the card information anyway. And then you have the recent history, all the things that you have done, where to find ATM. So with your card, you can actually use it as an ATM. Okay, so here I use this one more for my history. Okay, then the next one, so if we go now to if I touch it with the pointer, then something else pops up. That's why I'm not touching. So when you click on the next one, that's when you're searching for something, right? So we left there the searching. So now I click cancel, and I can search for specific companies, or then I have different lists. So for example, upcoming earnings. So these are companies that are going to be reporting their quarterly earnings. So I'm going to click on that. So you have Disney. Okay, so you say, oh, Disney, that's interesting. I want to know about Disney. So you click on Disney and you have all the information for Disney. Let's see. So then in the news it becomes interesting because everybody knows they're going to be reporting earnings soon. So S&P is on track for surprise earning growth and Disney waits on deck. Disney earnings preview. Disney Plus maintains torrid pace to sustain Magic Kingdom, and it's put a question mark. So anyway, the other one, so these are upcoming earnings. Okay, so that's very useful in the next 7 days. So I'm gonna go back. So let's click. So I like this cannabis. So you have all the companies. By the way, you can also put them in different order. So here, if you click this thing over here, is like a filter. So you can click on that and you can sort by symbol, by price, by percentage change. So I'm gonna click percentage change. So it should be from higher to lower. So you see the highest one was this one, Hemp America, okay? And so it's in order. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. So you have all these different lists. Then you also have more information from those lists. Now this one is interesting. For this that says top movers, I always like to look at this because if I see one that interests me, let's say Aurora, I click on that and automatically I get right to the stock. That actually works for any place that you click. So for example, here you see this news here that has in green, and it also shows you, this is interesting. So the green obviously is going up and red going down. So I can click on that and it goes to the Dow. Okay. I'm gonna keep going down, Barron's, more information. So here, basically this is if you're looking for a specific stock, and if you don't remember the symbol, don't worry about it. You can just start typing the name like Coca-Cola. So I'm gonna, you see, immediately it comes out. Okay, so I'm gonna cancel. Okay, go to the next one. This is, you see, this is why I didn't want to touch it, because that thing pops up. The next one, okay, it looks like these are messages you get from, when you do something. So for example, it says here that I canceled an order for Ethereum. So this is very important. If you put an order, and I'm going to show you now in a second, because I'm going to put what is called a limit order on Bitcoin, and I'm going to show you how to cancel it. And then last is like all your account information. So, if you want to transfer money and you put all your bank information, I'm not going to open it. Okay. Now in the settings, you can basically also put all sorts of information. Again, I don't want to open it because it has my information. Help, this is important. So when it comes to Robinhood, they don't have a phone number, but you can basically contact them with an email or a chat, and they usually get back to you relatively quickly. So I would love to have the option also to call, but that's the way it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the first screen and I'm gonna click on Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin right now is 38,000. Now Bitcoin trades 24/7. Okay, and if you look at, you see it goes really high. Oh, by the way, sorry. So you can click on the first one that says live. So it goes up and down, and you see over here, you put your finger and then you move it, and you can see what each one of those are because it tells you right on the top. So Bitcoin has been all over the place in the past couple of days. We look at the past week. So I'm gonna say, you know what? I would like to buy Bitcoin, but when it goes down, let's say to, I'm gonna put to 36,000, or actually even less, because this is, if you look at this is February 4th. This was 3 days ago. So, yeah, no, I'm gonna put 34. I'm gonna cancel it anyway, but I'm gonna say, okay, I want to make a purchase, but when it reaches the price of 34 or better, or 34 or better. So what you do is by the way, here you have all the information on Bitcoin, okay? So here you see my history. I made a market sale last night. So I'm going to put a buy, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do an order type called limit, and I'm gonna explain all of this in detail, all the different order types in a different video. Limit means, and you can see, specify the maximum amount that you're willing to pay for Bitcoin. So I'm gonna put 34,000, okay? Now the market price is 38. So now I'm gonna click continue. So it allows you to see it. Now, how much in US dollars, do I want to buy? Well, if I can buy it at 34, again, I have this account basically for Bitcoin. I'm gonna put $3,000. Okay. Then it allows you to review it. Okay, so you have the information, and then I'm gonna swipe up and submit. So it's sending the order. Now what's happening is that because the price is not 34,000, it's pending. See, quantity purchase, total cost, okay? I can click order details. So basically I have confirmation, limit price 34,000. And I can click here, cancel the order, and within a minute or two, it basically cancels it. Actually, I'm not going to cancel it. I'm actually going to leave it. I don't think it will go down that far, but if it does, then great. All right, so I think this basically concludes the video. It's been almost 30 minutes. Again, the idea here was to show you the basics. This is mainly for beginners. I'm going to have separate videos for more complicated things like the different conditional orders to sell and buy. Like not only, so I show you the limit. So you have limit, you have stop limit, you have all these different types. So I'll explain that in a separate video. I'm going to do another video also on selling and short selling. And then I'll do one on stock options. Stock options, the basics of stock options. So I hope you like this video. If you like it, please put like and subscribe to see more videos like this one. And I appreciate you watching the video. Oh, and if you have any questions or comments, put it in the comments area. Thank you.